on Manana Island today, about to do something stupid. Go over there on the USS, about to become a Coast Guard search subject. Okay, there you can see the beach that I started at. Now, we frickin' go for it, I guess. Over to Manana frickin' Island. There's a little landing spot over there that I'm gonna try to go to and see what happens. But first, there's a rock in between. We're gonna get over there and see what happens. See if anyone at the dock is yelling at me. No, they are not. Good. Excellent. Okay, that's what I'm aiming for over there. That frickin' walkway where you have some stairs and such. But it looks like it's gonna be freaking impossible to land there. It's gonna be so much fun. And y'alls are gonna get to view this. Oh boy. Oh, this is so freaking stupid. Okay, I'm gonna try to get on board this island, but it's gonna be a challenge for sure. Okay, I see some potential here. But that is slippery. This is potentially an issue. Okay, I made it onto frickin' Manana Island. That down there, where that black frickin' plastic container is where I docked in frickin' quotation marks and made my way up those slippery seaweed rocks somehow. And that is the way up to the island there. This is where I have my trusted vessel parked. Hopefully I put some like water in it and everything, and the next low tide, like the tide won't be this high until about 6 p.m. so the tide is going down, so hopefully this boat should be here when I get back. As for the reason why I am on this freaking island, you're gonna find out. So let's climb this frickin' ladder, shall we? It goes what looks like to heaven. So let's start going to heaven. Okay, let's see here. Oh boy, oh boy. Is this gonna frickin' hold? We'll find out. I suppose. Bye bye boat. I hope you freaking stay there. Anyway. Pretty rocky area. Let's see what that sign says over there. Says Manana Island is private property. For 3 centuries, main islands have provided summer pasture for grazing livestock. Do not feed the animals, encourage their advances. Please be aware that these creatures are curious but not tame. They can be aggressive and dangerous. Okay, cool. Yet another cool thing to know about. It's clothing optional apparently also, so good to know. Forgot my clothes today, so that's convenient. Anyway, let's keep moving up this frickin' hill. And you can see the famous Island Inn and everything over there. That's Monhegan. Those are some rocks. I think duck rocks they're called. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool rocks. There's a house over there. So yeah, I do acknowledge for legal purposes that this is private property and I'm allowed to be here. And I explore this island on my own at my own risk, and the property owners are not responsible for any injury that may come to me. But yeah, we're going, man. We're freaking going up this thing. Oh boy. Still gaining elevation. This island is pretty high, and at this point I'm pretty high off the ground too on this boardwalk, so it's not the most safety inspiring sight. Anyhow, now I'm in what feels like a straight up Andrew Wyeth painting or something. This is an Andrew Wyeth painting that I've just walked into here. Reality seems altered here. Like this is not real. This is not real. There's no way this is real. Anyway. Yeah, some sort of goat shit or something shit. I don't know. Okay. So let me get my bearings and contact you again. Okay, now I've determined that there's some sort of livestock on the island. I don't want to die by the hand of whatever those were. I have no clue. Or by the hoof of, rather. Anyway, we're gonna go over to this abandoned looking structure here. And not wander around it too much, because it looks like it's falling apart and it might be dangerous to walk around this thing. But there is a little walkway here that might get me a little closer to where I want to go. So I want to go down into that ravine over there, but it's not going to be easy. So let's scope out the situation over here. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here because there might be like asbestos in this structure and I don't want to freaking die. So let's go over yonder. Okay, so it feels like what I've reached basically the butt crack of this island. There is the abandoned fog station / lighthouse thingy up there, and I'm in this ravine here, and apparently on the north side of this ravine, halfway up this island, is a rock that has some carvings on it. Could be human made, could be natural, we're not sure. I guess archaeologists are not sure, but I don't know. I don't really have an opinion, but we're gonna try to find those. Yeah, this is a terrible idea. So there's nothing I can see over there, but over there's some pissed off animals trying to scope out what I'm doing, so that's kind of worrying. Anyways, let's go up there and see what we got, see what we're dealing with, you know, just as evidence of like how much this shit sucks. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck so much. And this rock freaking moves if Still no petroglyphs. Bye. Well, I seem to have found these like white lines kind of running along these rocks, but I don't know what to make of them. And those, there's some lines here on the rocks, but once again, don't really know what to make of these. Well, I have a nice vantage point here. That's the old fog station. That's the herd of animals that seem to like me now. Hope it stays that way. Anyway, that is a shack. And that way, I believe, according to what I could find, is the island's high point. So, at the very least, I could just get to the island's high point if I can't manage to find these petroglyphs. The high point is over here, and these freaking woody bushes are gonna fucking kill me. Anyway, we gotta get through this shit somehow, and let me evaluate. I'm done evaluating. Over here, I'm gonna try going this way and see what happens. Fuck me, right in the asshole. So I'm just gonna keep going this way. And yeah, that seemed to be a good way instead of going through that shit. But here, somewhere, should be the island's high point. Let's go find it. I mean, from the looks of it, it's over that way. From the looks of it. So I'm gonna keep heading in that direction. And yeah, whatever the shit this is, it makes it really hard to get anywhere on this island. Okay. Pretty cool. Yeah, so the high point is either this or that or that. I don't really know. But we can go and see. Or that. Let's go over there. The animals seem to have cleared a path here somewhat. I don't see any topographical markers or anything. That could be the high point. Or that, or that. But yeah, I've been to those. Maybe I should go over here. I'm fucking crazy. Anyway. Yeah, it could be this. I don't know. Or those look higher, honestly, now that I'm here. That's the thing about high pointing. The next hill over always looks higher, no matter how high you might be. Yeah, so my guess is this is the high point right here, or it's that over there. So those are the two options pretty much. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get over to that outcropping over there and see if I can spot anything from there. It's like walking in the Scottish Highlands, alright? A fucking wing stain. Look at this. Look at this rock. Bitch ass rock. And then there is another rock over there. I could not find the fucking petroglyphs. I am turning Scottish as we speak. This is a problem. Oh boy, maybe it's the heat stroke. I'm gonna go over there. Let's get over there. The animals have kind of laid out the good trails and shit. And here we are, Manana fucking Island, bitch. Okay, I clearly fucking see a ravine that goes, okay, I'm gonna fucking stop doing the accent. There's a ravine going down that way. The petroglyphs are in there. There's also animals in there, so I don't know how much I want to go that way. Not much, honestly, but I must do this for God and country. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Gonna try to get back down into that ravine there. How difficult could it possibly be? Or at least back to the walkway there. Back to safety. But very cool view up here. You can see pretty much the entirety of Monhegan town and that one little house on Manana. Maybe I should knock on their door and ask them about the petroglyph. I don't know. Fog station's out there. But anyways, let's go down into the ravine. Guys, oh my freaking god. Okay, so I'm here at the cable house thingy, right? That's north, or north-ish, towards the ravine. I'm going towards the ravine. So I make the decision to look over here, and I see a green sign down there. I'm not sure you can see it yet, and I see an X. That's it. That's freaking it. I'm going there. I am going there. That's the petroglyph that I've been looking for. Now all I need to do is get down there without dying. Seems easy enough, no? Ah! I have no sense of... swallowed a bug. Extra protein. I have no sense of self-preservation sometimes, I swear to God. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, let's take a break from this shit by standing on this rock, and hopefully if I go over here it'll be a bit easier. I'll avoid all this shit here. But yeah, right now you should be able to see a green sign, I think, over to where I'm pointing the camera. Is this content? Is this fun to watch? Any freaking animals that are about to eat me or something? Anyways, here it is. The frickin' sign. See what this says. The scratches seen in this rock face were made by the Wisconsin Glacier, which passed over the whole of New England 23,000 to 12,000 years ago. Hard pebbles were trapped between layers of softer rock, and X's were gouged by the massive weight of the 2-mile thick blanket of advancing ice. For decades, island children would row tourists across the harbor to view these so-called Viking ruins. To see real evidence of Norse landings, one must travel 1,200 miles northeast from here to the site at L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland. So, too bad these are not actual carvings, but here they are. Maybe you can read them, I don't know. Well, according to that sign and according to some people, this is completely a natural formation. But according to yet other sources that I've found on the internet, these are not Viking ruins, but like some carvings made by Native Americans. But really no one knows yet, because people seem to not have studied these carefully enough to come to a conclusion. But I might be wrong about that. I may not have read enough. That could be the problem. Anyways, for now, I give you this thing, whatever it is. It's what I set out to find. So, yeah, that is the old fog station. Yeah, the directions could have been a little bit more specific, and they could have provided like some sort of a better pointer to this area, but they haven't, so whatever. It is what it is. Cool location though. Still glad I came here. That might change if an animal attacks me, but we'll see. Now I've hiked over to kind of the southern summit of the island, the other peak. And yeah, there's some sort of puddle over there that I've just noticed, and a couple of rock cairns. So there's one over there. Like, these cairns are basically just rock piles. There's one over there. There's a couple more. Don't know what they were used for, but they're there. Anyway, good island. Best island, really. Nice views from up here. And let's go check out some of the other peaks over there. Like, the nice thing about this island is it's kind of like Scotland. You can just pick a direction and just walk in it. You know, that's what I feel like anyways. So, see ya. Well, there's also an abandoned structure here of some sort, you know, the fog station or lighthouse, and wanted to show you some scenes from it. I'm not actually gonna go inside because looks like this place is falling apart, and there could be, I don't know, asbestos in here. You never know, so it's kind of dangerous, but it's interesting. I mean, get to see what happens when you don't maintain your house. This is what happens when you don't pay those maintenance bills. Yeah, that's your living room right there. Not good. Yeah, I see fiberglass insulation in there. I don't really see asbestos, but still not gonna go in. But yeah, cool structure. Let's try to round the corner here and get to the other side, where we can have some nice views. And there is indeed a nice panoramic, well, not quite panoramic, but nice view of the ocean here. So what's up, Bean Crew? What's up, everyone? This view is about gonna conclude our adventure here. It was a good time we all had on Manana Island. No deaths just yet, but good views looking down towards that direction. There's some more ravines and rocks and all that to see on this island, but for now I think I've seen enough. But thanks for joining me. We've hit the high points of the island, we've seen the petroglyphs, the so-called supposed petroglyphs, honestly kind of iffy petroglyphs, but yeah, there's some more rocky outcroppings and ravines and whatnot, but it's a beautiful place, definitely. So I hope you had fun, and I'm gonna sign off now. Happy camping, happy trails to all of you. Peace out, bye.